The world of driver shafts can be a very confusing place. There are so many options out there to choose from, and then when you've got an option, you've got different weights and flexes to choose from. Which one is going to be the right fit for you? There are literally thousands of options out there for you, so finding the right one can be a tough task. In this video, I'm going to try and give you a better idea of how things like the weight of your driver shaft and the flex can really impact on your golf game. Now I'm going to be doing that with the help of KBS's new TD Graphite wood shaft. This is the brand's first wood shaft. Now we all know they make really great stuff for their irons, wedges, putters, even hybrids, but this is the first time doing something for the fairway woods and the driver. I've also come to SGGT, Scott Gourlay's performance studio here in Edinburgh, in my opinion, the best custom fitting centre in Scotland, and I thought this would be the perfect place to really run through everything that a driver shaft could do for your golf game and just show how jumping from one end of the spectrum in terms of weight and flex to the other, going from a very soft 40 gram to a 70 gram Tour X flex is going to impact my golf game, and then give you a better idea of what all this means, what weight and flex, what does it all mean. So I'm going to run through all of that, but first off, if you're new to our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. First off, a little bit on the shafts I'll be using today. Now, KBS's first wood shaft. We all know the brand makes fantastic iron, wedges, putters, even hybrid shafts. They really cater for such a wide range of golfers. They're very popular on tour, but they've got perfect fits for everyone from scratch golfers to high handicappers. Now, this is their first foray into the driver and wood shaft market. You know what, it was really only a matter of time before we saw them step into this market. And I thought this would be a good option for today just because there were so many different weight and flex options for me to choose from. Now, KBS say that this is going to offer the same kind of feel that you expect from their brilliant iron shafts, the same kind of performance as well, just absolutely fantastic. It's a mid-launch, low-spin driver shaft, so should suit me really well. And today I'm going to be running through 5 different options. So I've got the 70 gram in the stiff, the X and the Tour X. Now, one of those will be the right fit for me because I know that 70 gram is the weight of shaft I play, and then I've got those 3 flexes there, so I'll find the one that suits me the best. I've also got an X Flex in the 60 gram just to show you how dropping down even 10 grams can make a big difference. And then finally, the white one in amongst all these is a 40 gram A Flex. Now this is as light and as whippy as it gets. This is for people who really struggle to get any kind of club head speed. So it'll be interesting to see how a 70 gram Tour X compares with a 40 gram A Flex. I think there's going to be a bit of a difference in the numbers there. Now I got started with the 70 gram X Flex. Now this is the kind of shaft I would play normally in terms of weight and flex. So on paper it's the one that should suit me the best, so I thought I'll get started with that. Now you can see my club head speed is averaging out 108 miles an hour, ball speed 160.5, launching at 11.9 degrees, spinning at 2,867, giving me an average carry of 268.8 and an average total of 288 yards. Now, for me, club head speed anywhere that gets close to 110 is fast for me. Ball speed over 160, fantastic, what I would expect to see. And then the carry and total distance is really good. However, the spin rate is a little bit high for me. Now, it shows the importance of getting custom fitted for whatever shaft you go and play. On paper, this would have been the one for me. I thought it would suit me best, but you can see that spin rate's just a little bit high, so I'm sacrificing some distance. I then decided to go with the Tour X Flex, so proper big boy shaft, this 70 grams on the heavy side and as stiff as KBS get. You can see that my club head speed has jumped up by almost 2 miles an hour, we're now at 109.7. Ball speed's also jumped up, 162.1. Launch angle 12.2 degrees, and most importantly, the spin rate's dropped down to 2,615. Average carry 273, average total of 290. So I can have no complaints about those numbers. Absolutely fantastic. You can also see my smash factors at 1.48. So this is a very efficient shaft for me. It's working perfectly. Yeah, those are the kind of numbers that I would expect to see. Just that, no issues there. One of the things I really like about this KBS shaft is how stable it feels and the fact that it does offer, for me anyway, someone who usually is quite low launching, a nice high launch. That's what's supposed to be mid-launch, low spin. and for me 12.2, that's absolutely fantastic. I sometimes struggle to get my launch above 10 degrees, so it's really given me optimum performance. So that's the X and the Tour X. If we now go to the 70 gram stiff, this one here, you can see that my distance is actually come down when compared with the X and also compared with the Tour X. That's, again, the spin rate's climbed up. That's what you would normally expect to see. When you go up and down the flex, you will see usually the spin rates changing. So when I've gone for the stiffer Tour X, my spin rate's come down, and then as we go to the X, a little bit higher, and then to the stiff, the spin rate is higher again. So average carry of 265, average total of 283. So it's going shorter than the X and also significantly shorter than the Tour X. And that's just because this shaft, it's not as stiff as I need to get the most. But, you know, again, smash factor, really efficient. Distance, you know, ball speed good, distance is decent. But it just shows that by going from the flex that I should have, the Tour X, to the stiff, you know, I'm sacrificing, what is that? Let's have a look. You know, 8 yards of carry, and that can make a huge difference out on the golf course. Now, weight's another big thing with driver shafts. That can be a very confusing thing, I think, for most golfers. They've got no idea how heavy the shaft is they play, how it's going to affect their game. For me personally, I do a lot of custom fittings. I've tested a lot of golf clubs. I know that 70 grams is about right for me. So if I was to drop down just 10 grams, go to 60 gram shaft, you can see that my spin rate has climbed significantly. And that's another thing that weight's going to affect. It's going to affect spin rates, it can also affect launch angle, and it just affects how you feel that shaft's going to perform. For me, I like having a bit more weight because it feels more stable to me. I feel like I can be more aggressive. You can see my club head speed is down to 107.5. Now, just because it's a bit lighter, 10 grams might not sound like a lot, but I just don't feel confident to be aggressive. So I know that this shaft's too light for me, and you can see that the numbers, you know, the distance comes down, the spin goes up. It's not performing the best for me, and that's why getting the correct weight is so important. Now, the only way you're going to know that for sure is by going for a custom fitting session, but certainly, you know, that shows you that, you know, just by changing weight, it can have a massive impact. Now let's go to the absolute extreme. So 70 gram Tour X, the heaviest KBS do is 80 grams Tour X, but, you know, 70 is right for me. Let's now go to 40 gram A-Flex, category 1 KBS. This is as light, as whippy as you're going to get. This is for people who, you know, really struggle to get any kind of club head speed, really struggle for distance, just need as much help as possible to get that ball into the air. If we now look at the numbers for this, you can see that I am all over the shop. Ball speed 153.5, club head speed is down, carry 240, spin rate 3,500, total 258. That's just because it's so whippy, it's so light, I can't control it. It feels awful in my hands because it's 30 grams lighter and 5 flexes weaker than I should be playing. And that just shows you, you know, that's one extreme to the other. If we look at the Tour X, 70 grams, this 40 gram A-Flex, then you can just see, you know, I was honestly struggling to hit the ball. I was scared that the club was going to snap, the shaft was going to snap because it's so light, so whippy for me. But yeah, it just shows you that getting the correct weight, getting the correct flex is so important. It can make such a huge difference to the numbers you see, the performance you get out on the golf course. For me, it was a 70 gram Tour X. It worked very nicely for me. And I think this is a great shaft. It's something that I would definitely consider playing myself. I like the fact that it does, for me, that mid-launch, it seems to just get the ball up in there for me. Someone who's quite low launching, high spinning, you know, something giving me a higher launch is only going to be beneficial. So, you know, and it feels fantastic, it feels so stable, and it's not really surprising. You know, I've got KBS shafts, my irons, my wedges. We know how good their products are. We know how many pros play them, and just how, you know, they cater for all kinds of golfers. And with this TD graphite wood shaft, you can see they've got all the weight options, all the different flex options, everything you could possibly want. So very impressed with KBS, these shafts, and hopefully this video is just giving you a good idea when you're getting custom fitted, when you're trying to get a new driver, that you really need to pay close attention to flex and weight, because it can have a massive massive impact. Now I just want to say thank you to Scott Gourley for allowing me to come and use his facility here in Edinburgh today. In my opinion, the best custom fitting facility in Scotland. You should go check out their website, it is absolutely fantastic. Now if you have any questions about this video, anything about driver shafts, weights, flexes, KBS, this new option that they have, then just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. If you've enjoyed the video, smash that like button, and thank you very much for watching.